Hi folks, I'm Bob Schrupp, physical therapist.
Brad Heineck, physical therapist.
We're the most famous physical therapists on the internet.
You know, opinion, of course,
awake
Bob.
yet, Brad?
I'm working on it.
All right, let's go. Today we're going to talk about shoulder pain, top 3 things you need to do. We're going to kind of break it down into 3 main areas of what you should do to handle this shoulder pain.
That's right.
It's pretty universal. If you have shoulder impingement or arthritis, a lot of these, you can do the same thing with almost all of these.
The same concept. There may be different exercises, but the concept, this is a good recipe.
And by the way, if you are new to our channel, please take a
Yes.
second to subscribe to us. We provide videos on how to stay healthy, fit, pain-free, and we upload every day. Also, if you could take a minute to wander over to Facebook after you've watched this video and make sure to like us, because
Yeah.
Brad was crying last night because nobody liked him, and so was I. So,
Yeah.
all right,
I feel better now, Bob.
all right, I do too. It's a catharsis. All right, let's get started, Brad. The first thing, number 1, is when you have shoulder pain, you want to get it to calm down. This is what I tell all my patients. And one of the first things I tell them to do, Brad, is beyond the normal things of like an ice pack. That's probably not good for my shoulder reaching back like that, was it?
Well, good range of motion
Yeah,
sometimes.
throw an ice pack on there, or you can also use NSAIDs, non-steroidal, anti-inflammatory.
Probably, if you're going to use a cold pack, get in a recliner, which I don't have
And this
here.
was
but
my next point, Brad, is I want you as much as possible to keep that shoulder supported. So let's say you're just watching TV at night and you think, oh, my arm's like this. No, I want it up on a pillow. I want it supported as much as you can throughout the day. It seems like it's minor, but it is not.
Right.
The next thing too, I also want to make sure you try to keep good posture throughout the day. This is bad on your shoulder, believe it or not, this is good for your shoulder. So one of the things that we start having people do right away is shoulder squeezes.
Right.
So you squeeze your shoulders together. Brad, why don't you get up?
Yeah.
I won't screw up the camera.
All right. You don't
All right,
want
so
to do that.
see how he's squeezing his shoulders together? I'd like to see you doing that every hour or so.
You know, but you get about 10 of them.
Yep.
Now, if your shoulder, for some reason your shoulder gets irritated with that, don't do it. But typically, that's not going to happen.
Right. Okay, next thing, Brad, you want to make sure you're in the right position at night when you're in bed.
Right.
This is not a minor thing either. Brad and I talk about this. How often you hear somebody with shoulder pain and they sleep on the shoulder.
Right.
And that's just not helping it. So if you have to feel like you know, first off, I'd like to see you lay on your back if possible.
Right.
And even when you lay on your back, I'd like you to put a pillow under there and support it.
Sure.
Okay, if this is the painful shoulder. If you feel like you have to lay on that shoulder, what I'd like to see you do is put another pillow here, maybe a smaller one, and you're going to create a canal here.
Sure.
You got 2 pillows here, and you're going to go ahead and you're going to put the shoulder in the canal like this, and that way you're not putting as much pressure on the shoulder. And if you can even lay back a little further like this, now you've almost taken all the pressure off the shoulder.
Right, exactly.
Now, if the pain is on the other shoulder and you want to sleep on the opposite side, then this is what you should try.
Yeah.
Lots of pillows, I know. You lay on your side, you put 1 pillow here, and you put 1 pillow here, and now the arm is in the right position. 1 pillow won't do it because you'll come down like this.
Yeah.
So you need the 2 pillows to get it in the right position.
If you get up in the morning and your shoulder was feeling pretty good when you went to bed, and you get up and it's all sore, and you found yourself on your back when you woke up, probably during the night you rolled around and slept on it for a while and it irritated it.
There's your sign.
Yep.
Yep, there's your sign. Okay, let's start off with now what exercise. The second thing, you know, that's number 1 for the top 3 things you're going to do. The second thing you want to do is you got to find the motions that are going to make it better. Quite often, a painful shoulder is a tight shoulder, and we want to find the motions that are going to make it feel better.
Sure.
So there's a progression here. Generally, the first one we do is either pendulums, where you swing it like this, and you can use your body to do it.
Yep.
Or, as an alternative, what you can try, this is a little bit low for me. That chair would probably work better than the back of that chair.
Oh, yeah.
Why don't you go ahead. So again, pendulum, and you can do circles with the pendulum. You can go reverse circles. Brad's getting me a chair here. So, but the one that I like, and some people don't, is what we call a mulligan technique. So here's the painful shoulder. What I'm going to do is I'm going to start here and pushing down into the chair. So it'd be going like that if I didn't hold it. So now as I'm pushing down, I'm walking away. I'm still pushing down. I'm still pushing down. I go to the point where what it'll allow me.
Sure.
So I don't want to go too far into the pane. And then I'm pushing down all the way back up
Right.
again. You can do a good,
Push in that direction.
yeah, good 5 of these, 5 to 10, and you can do them a couple times a day.
Right.
So,
If it responds real well, you could do more than that.
yeah, you could even do it every hour if it responds well.
Right.
So,
Right.
all right, the next one, Brad, is extension. Do you want to show that one with the white? cane?
Sure.
So if that one's starting to feel pretty good and you're getting pretty good motion, you can then go to this next one.
You can use a cane. We just have a piece of PVC piping here, or
A
doweling would work.
broom would work
Yep.
too.
And now we're going straight back like this. This is the sore shoulder. This is just helping out. Going to relax this one and push back. If you get the sharp pain, you're going too far. You just want to work back until you
A good posture while
Yep.
you're doing this.
So we're not doing this.
Yeah.
Staying up tall and like this. And we're going to do 10 of these into that. No sharp pain, but like I said, just a nice stretch. Maybe a little stretch pain, but that's about it. Give it a break. After that, you may want to do the pendulum a little bit if it needs it.
One of the alternatives for that, Brad, is some people they do it with a chair. They just go ahead and put their arm back like this, and it's a little more awkward, but you can do it that way.
What works really well for that is if a person has shelving
Oh, sure.
for books, and then you got different levels you can go
Right.
at.
Because I would need a higher level,
Right.
obviously.
For me, I can do it here a little bit, but if I had a shelf this high, and again, it's the same thing. You're not going to push a lot of pressure into it, just a gentle stretch.
Or even a countertop might work for that. So next one is internal rotation. So you're going to start working on trying to bring the arm up like this. And what works well with that is to use a towel, like a towel or a sheet. And Brad also uses his belt when he does this.
Well, the only reason I like a belt, well, 2 reasons, but one is when you do this, it sticks to your clothing, and it's not real smooth, but we're trying to get this. I just had someone yesterday, he fell on his bicycle, a real serious fall, he was going real fast, but his shoulder's improving, and he's doing it just like this.
Just starting that to start.
Just-
Because, yeah, a lot of times they can't even go much farther than this.
Right.
So it's when they start getting up to here where they might need a little
Yeah.
help.
And then, you can do this. The other thing I like about a belt is now I'm grabbing with this hand, which kind of the arm doesn't relax as well, but it works. And so you could go like this, and this is working out fine. If you had the stretch out strap where you have a loop, that's a good deal right there, because then this hand can completely relax.
And what he's talking about, his belt can slide really well on the shoulder too, in addition to making the loop.
A leather
So,
belt that's
right.
slippery. It makes a considerable difference if you do
So,
it.
Next one is, Brad, I'll have you hold this.
Yep.
Is actually, we start usually having you do flexion, laying down. So usually one pillow, and you're just going to start working on doing, and a lot of times it works out well with a cane because you do what we call active assistive. If this is the painful one, this one's helping out. So you're just going to start working on flexion and working on a good stretch when you get up
Right.
into here.
It might make a difference how close your hands are.
Yeah.
Sometimes wider apart will
Is better.
be tolerated
Yeah.
better to start with.
And sometimes it's closer together because then it helps more.
Right.
So you can also do that with pulleys, Brad,
Sure.
if you had a pulley system.
Yep.
This is the pulley system Brad made. We did a video on that, on how
Yeah.
to make your own
How to
pulleys.
make your own pulleys. So if you're going to do, you can do flexion with it. You can go out to the side and do abduction. So this hand over here is the one I'm working with. And this, you can also do this, what we just talked about, the internal rotation on the pulleys, which works fairly well too. So they're real handy.
And the last one you're going to do as far as motion is actually you find a good slippery wall. You know what actually would work probably, Brad, is this cabinet here.
Sure.
So you're going to find a wall, and now you're going to start working, you're going to put the towel on here, and you're going to start working flexion this way.
Sure.
And, ideally you'd want to go way up in here.
Yeah. We
You
need
can start working it up that way.
we need taller cabinets.
That's right.
So
let's
again,
put an order in.
all of these exercises are probably not going to be tolerated. You're going to find one or two of them that are tolerated much better, and those are the ones you're going to start with, and then branch out to the other ones.
Progress.
As it improves, it'll progress to all motions.
Once the pain is starting to feel better, Brad, then we can start doing some strengthening.
You bet.
We can do some. Brad and I always really like the external rotation, don't we?
Yeah,
That's an
you
important
know,
one to do.
most therapists are going to use that one pretty as a kind of a foundational one.
So one way to do it is you can take a soup can, or you can take one of my pink weights that I work out with.
Yeah, not a blue one.
Yeah, and you can put a towel underneath your arm like this,
Yep.
and you can just work on doing full external rotation like this. So my arm is at a 90-degree angle,
Right.
and I'm just rotating the shoulder like this.
Yeah, and you notice, it's just rotating here. He's got his elbow close. That's why you can put the towel roll there. You don't have to have a towel roll there. It's kind of nice though.
Yeah,
And don't let this come up here and
right,
and
this
kinda-
way or down this way.
Yep, it's got to be that 90.
Keep the right angle.
Yep. That same exercise can be done
With TheraBand,
with
yeah.
TheraBand or TheraTube with some nice handles. Actually works better. Again, I really like to do this standing with the towel because it forces you to keep your elbow where it belongs. Because if I'm doing this, I'm not coming down here, and if I bring my elbow away from the body, the towel falls out.
Right.
Then it's a signal you did it wrong.
You did it wrong.
Yep. So again, 10 to 15 of those, 3 sets once you get strong enough.
And then you can do flexion. You can start working on flexion this way, with just a straight up, only up to 90. I like
Right.
to go. I don't like to go up any farther than that. And you can go, with a soup can again, or you can start with a higher weight as you progress along. I don't know if we even need to do the prone ones, Brad.
Oh, that we're covering quite enough here. If you want the tubing, you can do flexion here by just stepping on it. Works out real
Sure.
well. So, yeah, I think we can. I think we got a pretty good start right here to get these people on their way to help their shoulder out.
All right, remember, Brad and I are not just pretty.
We're pretty ugly, and don't forget
No,
it.
we're pretty handy.
Oh yeah, that's
So
right.
Make sure you
Yeah.
subscribe.
We
Thanks a
use
lot.
duct tape.